Hello and welcome to another video from me, Chris at DBG. We are extremely late doing week 5 NFL, but not all the games are done on week 6, so let's check it out. How did I do on week 5, and let's see how we're going to do on week 6. Sorry for the delay, had a lot of illness in the family and not much time to do any videos at all really, or printing for that factor. So hope you're alright, hope you're looking well. Let's see how we did and moving forward. So, week 5, let's see how I did. So close, but yet so far. Green Bay. Gang. Not getting the information out. Generally thought Jones would be okay. So let's have a look at the results. See what happens. So it's a low scoring game, let's put it that way. So, and it was real nail biting. I think by Monday we were both 88 points. Essentially, so anything could have happened, and it did. So Hitman, well done to the win. It puts me in a vulnerable position of 2 and 3, but Hitman coming up to 2 and 3, which is good. It's very competitive at the moment. Trevor Lawrence only getting 15 points. Zach Wilson having a baller, absolute wet. It was the only QB that I could have took on the waiver, basically, that was playing. That's what happened. 7 points. You'd expect more than that. Whoever made the prediction of 17 points needs to be retrained on how to do stats, because he was never ever getting 17 points at all. But anyway, I was expecting at least maybe 15. But yeah, oh well. Brian Robinson having a great game, 11 points. Henry limited due to script, 8 points. Brian Robinson only 8 points. Aaron Jones being told that he was going to start all day and literally an hour before not starting, which is great because he was the Monday night game, so I had no one else to replace him. Yeah, that's it. Christian Watson was not really having any points until one large play, and that's what got them 12 points and got them the win. DJ Moore having a baller of a game at 49 points, scoring everything. Expecting this going forward, I wish, but let's be honest, it's unrealistic. Getting that steady 17, 18 points, that'd be amazing. He's definitely being targeted a lot more, and Bears are playing a lot better by doing that as well. So let's see if Fields can keep passing to more, because I need it. John Johnson only 6 points on the other side. Pittman at 10. Expecting a little bit more productivity with Minshew, but going forward, I think Pittman's on the down. Same all over Colts. So let's see what's going. Ingram only getting 6 points. Johnny Smith is actually not too bad. It's a good target on your waivers, especially with bye weeks. He's being looked at the end zone. Smith at 10 points. McCann, yeah, I can't speak today. 17 points, having an absolutely great game. Did not expect that. Romeo Dobbs was expecting more than Christian Watson, only 1 point, and that's really done me over. Sam Howell having a great game at 24 points. Herbert only having 7 points, and now is on IR. So he's not playing for 4 weeks. So my very injured running backs, even my backup running backs, are now falling apart. Yeah, it's just one of those. On the bench, could anything have changed? I could have got an extra 7, 8 points in total if I made the right changes, which would have made my score even more closer to still losing. So no change there. Going forward, Donald Trump getting on the free wins, 2 losses against Dan, who's 0-5, and Dan has a good team. It's just not been responding well. Unfortunately, there's just been good games and bad games all over the place. And this is an exception to that. So, Lamar Jackson, 9 points, Prescott, 4, Carmen 18, done great if you held on to him. Tony Pollard, I really normally like, but having 49ers, Dallas just had an awful game. I couldn't believe it, to be fair. I thought Dallas would actually do something, but the defense was awful. The offense was Prescott-y. And as a Dallas fan, I don't rate Prescott. I never have. And I think it's starting to show. If the defense isn't winning the routes, and Prescott is getting 0-4 or interceptions, then the defense is coming back out. And again, and against 49ers, you can't do that. Against any team in the NFL, actually, you just can't do this. They've really got to sort it out and go back to the running game, and hopefully that'll help Pollard. Zach Moss having a great game at 35 points. Obviously with Taylor back. He's still unlimited and being worked in, so not doing great. Ramo Stevenson, only 2 points. He was expecting a lot better, but he is having not a great season and great league. So we'll see going forward. I think he is in danger of being just an RB2 at best at the moment. Chris Olave, 9 points. Expecting a lot more from him going forward. Hopefully Carr coming back will help. Is it Carr? Or Jimmy? Oh, I can't remember now. Diggs having a great game, 25 points. You always expect consistency from him. Hopkins having a great game at 22 points. The running game got out the window, but wide receiver, perfect for that game. Tank Bell coming back to reality, not scoring as much as he can. Andrews, 12 points, doing well considering Lamar Jackson not having a great game. Humphrey, to be fair, New England if you have any New England players, they were not having a good game. They lost to Saints 34-0. So yeah, that was good, not good. Puka 20 points, having a great game. He is a catch of the season very easily. Terry, 8 points, expecting more from him. And Anthony Richardson, being that running quarterback, you're expecting a lot more from him, but he has gone injured. He gone out injured. He is now on a IR as well. Not completely out for the season, but it's dangerous with the concussion protocols and things like that. He is always going to take these hits, and is not doing well so far, which is upsetting, because when he is playing, he is not injured and getting concussion, he's doing exceptionally well, I think, as a young QB this year for fantasy purposes. And Joshua Dobbs bring back to reality as Bengals actually switch on this game at only 8 points. He's been averaging like 20 for the last 3 games. So going forward, I think things are starting to come back down for Dobbs. Let's see what's going to happen. How long they're going to keep him in the QB and Murray coming back. Hopefully, let's see. Murray comes back, it could be a really good thing. Chiefs getting 5 points, and 49ers having a great game against Dallas, 18 points. On the bench, Gabe Davis at 22, having an exceptional couple of games lately. He's been really, really good, I think. He's getting 15, 22, 15, 11, 22. He's having good scores. He's currently wide receiver 12. Really good considering. And you got Chris Olave, who is not having great games of late, but definitely first. Could be worth a switch there, maybe. And the other thing is Spears coming in for Henry, who was limited at 17 points. Going forward, Henry is back on non-limited and full practice. But everywhere else, pretty much standard. Good win for Isle of Wight dumps the Trump. New side, another close game, 118 to 107. Fanet Wanderers at 3-0, and Tampa at 2-1. Let's go through. Tua 16 points. Matt Jones -2. Oh, you need to sort it out. New England, what is going on? Swift the right type of Swift that we actually care about. 16 points. Christian McCaffrey at 13. Williams at 7. Cook at 5. Expect better things from Cook. He normally is getting those 100 yards, just not the good game here. Cooper Kupp back in the running at 19 points. Really good game for fantasy points. They lost, but he is getting the points, getting the touches. Really good for that. CeeDee Lamb, 8 points. There wasn't a game for Dallas, so he gave up pretty much. Jalen Waddle getting at 15 points consistency. Jacob Myers getting 20. Great game for him. He is always going to get a couple of plays a game that he has an opportunity to get those high points, and if they hit, he's going to win you something. If he misses, he's not going to. I don't think he's going to lose you much, because you don't expect the high score. But when he gets it, he's gonna give you a win. Unfortunately, just not enough from the other players in here. Tyler Higbee, 4 points. Waller, 16 points, doing well for him. With Jones coming down, actually, I think it plays. I think Jones is injured. I'm not sure if they put him on IR, but I think that actually plays in Waller's hands because the QB will rely on the tight ends going forward. Adams having a poor game, but expect him to come back, so don't too worry about him. Cole Kmet coming off with an injury. He's been quite good at late, so only 15 points. Really good for a tight end, but now injured, so don't know what to expect from there. Brock Purdy at 26 points. Just consistency all over the place for Purdy. Maybe an early candidate for MVP. Let's see how it goes. Jalen Warren at 10 points, coming in for good touches again with Najee Harris. Eagles 7 points and a perfect defense for Saints at 22 against New England. Any streaming options for defense that are playing New England, it might be worth taking a punt. Jimmy G 10 points, Kirk at 13, and Carr at 15 on there as well. So nothing really massively would have changed. Well, yeah, Kirk for Jones would have changed it, but everyone else pretty much standard. I don't think he would have made any difference whatsoever. So another close game as well. And the Birds getting their 4th win, but Dakar Future is 2-3. Like I said, there's 2-3 at the moment. Is a really competitive scoring system. 115. This is 120. You got Hurts at 22, Madison at 12. On the other side, you got Cousins at 19, who has now lost Justin Jefferson. So it's going to be hard to when your number one receiver is gone. Jarrett McCannon at 3 points, not so great there. No backup really, and Dalvin Cook back up again at 2 points. And then Devon, it saddened me because he has showed so much promise at this game. 22 points, and now he's on IR for at least 4 weeks, coming off a nasty injury. I hope he returns. He's young enough. He's keen enough. I think he'll be back before the end of playoffs. He's an exceptional talent. Do Miami need to rush him back? I don't think so. And that's the thing that will affect fantasy really. Kevin Ridley at 20 points. AJ Brown at 18. Both players doing really well. I wouldn't expect any difference going forward. Joe Judy, 11 points, considering everything that's going on at Broncos. That's all you can muster really going forward. Garrett Wilson, 9 points. Jets are a shambles at the moment. Everything is going wrong, and now they've lost some key players as well through injury. Jake Ferguson, Dallas just had an awful game. Kelsey never shying from an awful game at all. Mike Evans, for some reason you put a bye player in your flex, but you still won, so lucky you. Only by 5 points. Drake London at 13 and Bryce Young at 7. On the other side is Stafford with 16, and Dolphins doing really well, shutting out Giants at 12. On the bench, nothing really would have changed. Dustin Riddle having a great game at 27 points. I think there's a bit of novelty. Wouldn't expect that going forward. Was against Houston, so pinch of salt, really. But on bye weeks, he's worth a throw in. Definitely on the Superflex League, you need those QB points. And this was such a good game to watch. 113 to 133. Both the second and third highest scorers of this week playing against each other. Really unexpected. But let's have a look. We had Wilson at 17 points, actually doing pretty well, considering going forward. No. The defense is so bad. It forces Wilson to then throw ballers to keep up with the score. So you could get some good scores from Wilson, but it is really match dependent. So I wouldn't rely on him. Josh Allen at 17 points doing exceptionally well. Montgomery is taking the lead pretty much in the running back. Denver at 20 points, really good consistency. Travis Etienne doing really well. Mind-blowing great game. 35 points against Buffalo. Really good for Jacksonville. Must start. He is going to ramp up now for touches, considering he is clearly the running back one in Miami. He's going to go well at 15 points. I'd expect that at least on average on week 6. Pacheco 12 points. It's a bit of a novelty at Kansas City. They got such a great quarterback, Mahomes, that their running game doesn't happen as often, but he can get that goal line scores. So, and he can get a lot of garbage points as well if Kansas City are really in the lead. But they didn't get that much against Vikings. Justice Jefferson, 5 points, but then he was injured and is instantly put on I can't even speak. IR. So it is a shame. It is a big loss to Minnesota in all capacity going forward. I think they run the risk of him not coming back this year. And I say that because if, one, he hasn't signed a big contract to renew this year, could Minnesota be now thinking that they need a QB a new QB for next season? So therefore, in theory, if they start losing games, then they don't need to rush Jefferson back. And I think that runs a risk. If they start thinking that way, then it'll be a great player that doesn't come back and massively affects your fantasy. We'll see what happens. Deebo Samuel, 11 points. Really good game for him. And Thielen, it seems to be, the wide receiver 1. He's having a great season in Carolina with the Panthers at 27 points. Nico Collins, 6 points, not doing so well. Pitts actually having a good game. It's 15 points. And Sam Laporto at 19 points, having a really good game as well, but he is now recovering from an injury, so we'll see how that goes as well. Brian and Ayuk only 9 points, expecting better things going forward. Jonathan Taylor, good to see him back, but definitely limited. They're going to slowly get more and more moves. So I'd say by 2 more weeks, he'll be up to full running speed going forward. Joe Burrow actually having a good game. Hopefully this is things to come, because you would have spent an early draft pick on him at 22 points. CJ Stroud only left 13 points, not having a great game, but should be bouncing back. He's got a lot of talent there. Bills 4 points and Lions 7 on the bench. Kittle at 27 points. Would you play him over Sam? Personally, I would have, because I really like Kittle, but then against Dallas, it's a hard mix. No one would have expected Kittle to just basically stomp all over Dallas. Going forward, brilliant. He seems to be the tight end 2 going forward. So and great. And the fact that Sam is injured, instant replacement there. On the other side, Schultz actually having a good game at 19 points. He is being looked at by Houston and CJ Stroud, so definitely worth keeping an eye on going forward. That is really it. Just Reynolds getting 17 points, but AJ Brown and Williams now coming back. Is so much potential for all of those wide receivers. It's quite hard to predict, other than not AJ Brown, Romeo Brown, who's going to get the most plays. And the last game, highest score at 209 points. No one even close. Oriental Lovers beating Chicago, who's now 3-2 and 1-4. Justin Fields at 22 points. Obviously, everything that was going to DJ Moore increased his points as well. Plus, he has some run on the field as well. Patrick Mahomes only 19 points, not doing particularly well there. Josh Jacobs 19 points, having a great game. Najee Harris only 4. Breece Hall having a great game as well at 27 points, considering what happened in the game. But going forward, it's nice to see Breece Hall actually committing even more. Connor still recovering from injury, only 4 points, slowly filtering him. George Pickens having a great game as well, having that connection at 16 points. I think Ravens defense is actually one to consider when playing against your wide receivers, so be interesting there. Tyreek Hill 32 points, having a great game as well. Michael Thomas 10 points. Marcus Brown 16 points going forward, pretty much standard. Dallas Goedert 25 points, not doing too bad. For tight ends, it's exceptional, let's be honest. Going forward, is it going to be that? No. He's a good tight end to get that sort of 10 to 13 points personally. TJ Hopkins is going to definitely benefit from Justin Jefferson being out, because he is going up in the rankings of who's going to be the targets. There's a lot of targets going around, and tight ends are definitely looked at by Cousins. So 10 points going forward. I expect more points from him. Jamar Chase having a blinding game, absolutely destroying, and was wide receiver 1 this week, easily at 52 points. We'll see what happens at Sutton. It's Denver at 2 points. Smith only 1 point. He's really hit or miss, I think, going forward. Jordan Love coming back down to reality, only getting 4 points. On the bench, there was Jared Goff at 27 points. With everyone around you in that field, you would be playing him, I think. And another player you would play who's definitely going to benefit from the injury of Jefferson is Anderson. If he is fully healthy, he is recovering from a little bit of an injury himself, but not enough to knock him out. So let's see what's going to go forward. It's going to be a tough team. A lot of potential there. But that is week 5. Week 6, I know we already had the Broncos and Kansas City game, but I didn't have any players for that, so I don't really do a video on it. So let's see going forward. I'm still 3rd, but I am 2 and 3. Just basically need to get that playoff opportunities. That is what hard. On the other side, though, I think our league is so bad. The east side of our league, we are the poorest of the poor in our division. Because everyone's just fighting for that spot. We'll see what happens. It's going to be tight. West side, they are smashing it. They got the best teams in theory, and Bird's doing really well. He is the only player now with only team 4 and a draw. No one. He's the only team that's undefeated, but not 100% wins. We'll see what's going to happen going forward. I definitely need to start getting some wins in. If I don't, I'm going to really, really struggle. I think so. Let's see. I don't know what's going to happen this week. It is a tough week. Who am I against? So I'm against Tampa, Buffalo. So I definitely need a win because they're a competitor in the league. I'm predicted for 114, but I think that's a bit unrealistic. I think I'll get about 125, and Buffalo, I think they're around about that the same score. I think it's going to be really close. On the other side, there's not many things are going on. Obviously, anyone who had Holmes and Kelsey is going to have a great game. We haven't got any massively high predictions at the moment, but we'll see what's going to happen. Let's see the matchup comparison. That'll be interesting. So yeah, we got Carr and Smith versus each other. I think Carr's better than that. Eckler and McCaffrey, with Eckler in theory back. Come on, let's actually do some stuff. Henry actually being fully back, fingers crossed, not unlimited. Should have a little bit of a run against the Ravens. Cook against Giants, so it does have a lot of potential there. Moore, could he get something going against Minnesota? That'll be really good. Lamb equally has a great opportunity there, a bounce back. Let's see what happens. Pittman and McCaffrey, I think they're pretty even. I think McCaffrey wins that one. Logan Thomas, I've got over Smith because I think he's on a bye. Oh no, Smith. It's because against each other. I'm not too sure which one I should start. I think Logan Thomas because I think that is how Washington are going to target. So I'm hoping for a bit of touchdown upside rather than anything else. But yeah, I definitely wait. I think Waller wins that one. Elijah Moore against Cooper. I think Cooper wins that quite easily. Garney Mitchell, I've got him on the waiver wire because obviously Anderson's out. I think potentially he's a steady points, but then Myers on the other side could absolutely get some incredibly high points. So have no idea there. On the other side, we've got Cowboys. Let's be honest, they should do quite good. Let's hope the defense had a bit of a shake up from that match, and then going forward it has some better luck. Saints had a great game against New England, and they got very similar against Houston, so it'd be tight there as well. But on my bench, I've got 2 buys, but Jones is out anyway, so was it for him? Murray, hoping he'll come back maybe in 3 weeks' time, and I'm still in a playoff chance. Give me a little bit of run. Jono Smith I don't know if I'll play him or not. Taylor Algier is just a handicap at the moment. I've got no real upside for him, and same as Matt, he is a handicap, and Dobbs is on a bye, and Herbert's on IR. So don't know what's happening there. On the other side, pretty much similar stat wise. There's people that are injured, people not playing well. So yeah, it's going to be close. Let's see what's going to happen. But hope you enjoyed that. Please comment, like, subscribe, all of that jazz. It's a really tight game. Let's see what's going to happen. Thank you very much. Hope your week 6 is better than mine, and I hope that I can get this win. Let's see. Just you for now, and happy hobbying.